That was for lap dance. That was for lap dance.
Yeah.
But only $1 for a cigarette.
That's another show. This is the script.
Oh, this is the script.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the script. That's another show there. You know?
But script.
Hi guys, we just finished watching Blaze's new show, The Script. He's the most sexy, hilarious, funny, and handsome guy. So please support him and watch the show. And don't forget, shout out to myself.
Nothing about that. I'm from LA. I ain't been up in there. I ain't been up in there. But I'm the epitome of fly, man.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Blaze. Shout out to myself. Hey, what's going on? My name is Blaze. Shout out to myself. Hey, what's going on? My name is Blaze. Shout out to myself. Hey, what's going on? My name is Blaze. Shout out to myself. God.
See, how about Bad Boy Blaze. Shout out to myself. OOBLZ at Instagram.
Shout out to myself.
Yo. Bad brother.
Still on my grind, my nigga, business as usual. They say that life is a myth, well, my bitch is beautiful. I keep a couple of chicks, but that's not unusual. I get my bucks out of bitch, nothing unusual. I mean, I'm talking that shit that mostly a Jew. But that's that currency language, I speak it fluent, bro. How many spanks on the last name faces with Mr. on the front? All you rap cats basic, let's face it. I'm on a list of non-replacements, that blaze shit. I aim for the top, never complacent, that J shit.
Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the 5 a.m. Club. But I know a couple of guys who can say it better than me.
Let's see. 4:59. Shit, looks like you're right on time for the 5 a.m. Club. Come for the positivity. Stay for the game. Shout out, Blaze.
JD Jimerson, shout out to myself. You tapped into the 5 a.m. Club. What up, Blaze?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Barry Bays. Top of the morning. JD, Old City Kane, Honey C. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Club. Where we do it the most. Yeah. How y'all feeling this morning? Flip Ledge. Top of it, Brody. Top of it. It's a good one. It's every day. Man. This is this is dope, man. It always I don't know about y'all, man, but this be giving me that old school feeling, man. You know what I'm saying? It was the real cheap TV. Top of the morning, bro. Top of the morning. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Club. Yeah, this feels like, I don't know about y'all, man. Maybe I'm overly excited. I don't know. But it feels like in school. Remember in high school or junior high, man, you get to school and you got a certain spot where you meet up at, you know, whether it's the front of the school, the back of the school, the side, basketball court, lunch area, whatever it is, you know. There's always somebody who get there first. They get there early every time because their parents go to work early or because they wake up early or because they quickly get dressed, whatever, you know, and we all got the meeting spot. And once you get to the meeting spot, you know, the crew just slowly starts spilling in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, the crew slowly starts spilling in. You see one homie, then the homegirl, then whatever. Then y'all little crew pile up and y'all chew the fat and get the day started. Classroom, physical activity, whatever it is. That's how this be feeling, man. This is pretty dope. Y'all probably tired of me saying that, man, but I ain't lying. I really I enjoy this, man. I really do. This is a good, peaceful part of the day, especially with all the stresses in life, all all the pressures to stay focused and be active and accomplish daily things, and it just it's so much. It's so much. So here at the 5 a.m. Club, man, we're always talking about do. We're always talking about achieve this, accomplish that. We're always talking about make sure you set your goals and stick to it. And sometimes we just need to take a minute. All of us. Sometimes we should take a second or a few and just be. Just breathe. Just breathe, man, and get it out. Get it out. Get it out. Especially men, man. As men, we bottle up a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff on our plate. Not that the women don't have, a lot of things on their plate too, because, we are humans. But as men, we have a lot riding on us, especially men of color, black, brown, red, whatever. Our backpacks get pretty heavy, and we feel obligated to carry it with ease. Now, the carrying part goes without saying, but it's the with ease. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen like that, fellas. And I'm gonna tell you, firsthand from me, from myself. Most of the things that are not good going on with us, we don't like to talk about. We don't like to share, because who likes to talk about something that ain't happy, that ain't cool, that ain't plus? But I found that in life, I learned the most from not only my trials and tribulations, but from others too. Because what I get from that is shit happens, and not just here, everywhere. My big bro got the house right next door to me, and we were talking. We always talking. I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna get him on the show one morning. I think he can, I think he can contribute a lot, but most importantly, I think he can learn a lot from you all, because we're so candid here. We just so, but he has a lot to give, has a lot to give. But anyway, he would, whenever something would happen, natural things, power outages, somebody crash into one of the light facilities around here. And I remember we were talking one day about, our troubles or tribulations or whatever going on. And he said to me, you know what, little bro, sometimes it's like when the power go out, when his power go out or something in his house, he said the first thing he'd do is come outside or poke his head out the door and see if he see me. If he don't see me, call me on the phone, and the first thing he asked me, hey, little bro, is your power out? And I would say, yeah, man, my power out too. And he'd say, all right, cool. No, it's not cool that my power's out, but it's cool that, he's not singled out. This is not a singular incident that he's dealing with. It's something general that happens. And I like to piggyback off that for my life. So for all of you who may be going through something, who may experience things here and there, which we all do, all you have to do is, call one of your buddies. Call your little brother, your big bro, your partner, your teammate. Come to the 5 a.m. Club and ask one of us, are you having trouble financing, your ventures, paying your bills, keeping your wife happy and making sure the kids are straight? Ask us, man, are we having trouble, holding our chin up and chest out some days? Are we having trouble, taking care of our responsibilities, as well as getting in some electives here and there? And I'm almost certain that you will find that the answer will always be Yes. Because most things are not singular to you. They're not singular to you. Most things happens in a broad span in the area or in a group, you know, in a situation where, you know, my brother talking about the electricity. If he called somebody in another city, he might have heard a different story. They might have been like, "No, everything good over here," and he'd have felt like he was, you know, it was him. If he'd have called somebody, you know, I don't know, just a few miles over, it might have been a different story, you know. So when things happen, sometimes they happen in a section, in a group, in an area, or at a point in period. And as long as it's just not you, which most of the time it isn't, don't worry about it. You'll get through it just like the next man. You know, you get through it just like the next man. So, yeah, man. We gotta weather the storm. Everybody goes through them. Just remember that. And stay focused. Honey C says, yesterday was hard, but I'm starting today claiming peace and calm. That's the attitude, love. That's the attitude. Some days are harder than others. You know, yesterday for me was a very hard day. Started off really good. Well, started off here, so you know it started off good. You know, started off here. I got to it. You know, got my workout in. I was feeling good. Made a couple of phone calls, you know, worked on a few things, got a little writing done. And all of a sudden, at some point, I just started being bombarded with my own thoughts. And these thoughts start coming, and I start thinking, and at some point they became overwhelming, because I start thinking of what I'm late for, what I haven't done, how much time I got to do what it is that I want to do, how many people are upset with me right now, you know, based on moves that I make or made. And it'll get to you sometime. But that's a part of the game, you know. I read this book. I never forget this book, because first of all, it didn't seem like the type of book that would interest me. It was just at a weird space, a random time, and somebody gifted me a book, of all things. And not a self-help book, just a, you know, fictional book. And it tripped me out, because once I started reading, I couldn't stop. And the deeper I got, you know, I'm one of those guys that whether I'm watching a movie, reading a book, hearing a story, I always relate it to things going on in my world. You know, I parallel it with my life. See where it plugs in, where it doesn't. The good, the bad, the ugly. You know the story, right? And it was very interesting to hear how this character dealt with a lot of I don't know what you would call adversity, troubles, problems. It was very, very, very interesting to see how he dealt with it. The name of the book was called "What Makes Sammy Run." His character is Sammy Glick. I want to say it was a Jewish cat or Italian cat or something. He was a little bit ostracized here and there. They, you know, but Sammy was one of those dudes who would do whatever he had to do to get to where he had to go. He didn't mind stepping on whoever toes he had to step on. He even lied to a few people. Just, you know, there was no malicious intent. He just was on a mission. He was on a mission. And some people got stepped on along the way. Some people got lied to along the way. He dated a couple of girls here and there. It was, and those were mostly about position or convenience. And it wasn't that he disliked these women or he wanted to see them bad. He was just on a mission to see him good, and I thought about me and how I feel sometimes. I'm always concerned or worried about how people feel about the moves I'm making, how it affects other people. And that's not conducive to the lifestyle that I want to live. It's not conducive to me getting to where I want to go. So if Sammy has stopped every time he stepped on somebody's shoe, he would have never made it to where he was going. And on the flip side of that, once he got to where he was going, anybody who had a complaint about him stepping on their shoes, he was in a position to buy him a brand new pair. 2 pair. Here you are. I'm very sorry about that. Very sorry. And that really stuck out to me, So what makes you run? It's a question you need to ask yourself. What makes you go? What fires you up? What are you chasing? Where's your end goal? Where did you set your mental GPS? And how serious are you about getting to that destination? Because you're gonna run down some streets, your motor gonna be too loud, you're gonna kick up some rocks, some dust gonna be behind you here and there. And are you that serious about your mission that you don't pay attention to those things because you're so focused on where you're going? Are you that serious? If not, can you be that serious? Your future depends on it. Ask yourself. Yeah, so, man, a lot of thinking, a lot of pondering, which we all do. Yeah, man. Good morning, y'all. I'm just, this is Savory Dave. I have my surgery date for the gastric bypass, March 28th. Man, congratulations. Good luck, and I'm certain that it's going to be all right. March 28th. Yeah, man, we'll make sure we put something together for you, man. We all be here rooting for you. We'll all be here rooting for you, man. And we appreciate you sharing too. I started off the show today talking about, things that are not so positive in our life and how much it helps us because we get through these things, but also how when other people are going through things, that is very helpful too. And, with your sharing, we never know who's thinking about gastric bypass surgery. We never know who may be eligible or heading in that direction or whatever. So hearing you, on your mission, your daily grind, man, your habit changing, new habit forming, and so on and so forth, that could really pick or lift somebody else up. So we appreciate you for that, bro. Yeah, but Barry says, what drives me is the fear of getting old and looking back on wasted potential. It's pretty common. I think we all deal with that on some form or another. So to that, I would say I'd like to share this Chinese proverb with you, Barry. This Chinese proverb says that The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So, yeah, man, don't worry about yesterday. Get on tomorrow. You know, today, right now. Honey C says, what drives me is a heat inside me that won't let me stop or cool off for too long. A heat inside me that won't let me stop or cool off too long. Yeah. Everybody should think about that. Pay attention to what drives you guys. What makes you run? I remember coming to a point in my life, it's about 24 years old. And I remember thinking to myself, that was about the time I read that book. And I remember thinking to myself, like, wow. At 24 years old, I felt like my whole life I had been running, you know, not running away from nothing per se, just in motion, just moving. As a kid, junior high, high school, I went to a business magnet at high school. I didn't want to go. Glad I did. Shout out to my mother. Thank you. I love you. I appreciate everything you've done for me, even when I didn't understand it. From the business magnet, I got a scholarship to a private school for playing basketball. All my friends, that's all we did. We played ball. We hung out. We had fun. I'm the only one who got a scholarship for doing what I love to do, doing what I enjoy doing. And while that was, just a beautiful time, it also came with its challenges. Being an inner city kid at some private school now all of a sudden. At 16, I had 2 tattoos already. There wasn't no, gang banging neighborhood tattoos, but when it comes to, suburbia, any tattoo is a tattoo. I might as well have been Tookie Williams, But during that time, my scholarship in this high school was an awesome time, but it was also a lot of pressures. There wasn't very many of us. I walked through campus while most people loved me. Some of the adults had a real disdain for me. They spent a lot of money for their kids to go to the school, to see some black dude come through there and go for free, all because of sports. They didn't really care about sports. These people, they was able to make the kind of money they needed to send their kids to school. It wasn't because of sports. These were doctors, attorneys, lawyers, things of that nature. So they really didn't like me too much. The adults, they felt like, it wasn't cool that I would be next to their children based on physical talent. I mean, I was smart too, but I wasn't there because I was smart. I was there because I was 6'6" in 10th grade, But it was just a lot of pressure, not the right guidance. I think about stuff like that. All I needed was a father in my life at those times, or a man, an uncle, somebody who was knowledgeable and who really cared. Who knows where I'd be today? I don't think of it in that sense. I am who I am. I'm at where I'm at. But it's not the easiest road all the time. We don't always get the smoothest path, but from there to college, I just felt like it was a constant run, constant motion. So at 24 years old, I'm reading this book and I'm like, wow, this is very relatable to me in my life. I just feel like I'm just running. And Sammy was obviously more purposeful with his run. He had a mission. I was just, I don't know, I was a kid coming into adulthood. So I was in motion, but I didn't quite have the purpose behind it. I was taking life as it comes. And it was seemingly pretty good. So I didn't have that many worries. I mean, so I felt like, playing ball, these people taking care of me, I make a little bit of money, blah, blah, blah. So it's very important to do the running and not be ran. At that point, I felt like I was being ran. When really in life, it's important that you do the running. It's going to move at a fast pace. Let it move at a fast pace purposefully for your purpose. Your purpose. So every day it says, my draws come from not wanting to be a burden to my children when I'm old. Don't want them to have to alter their lives to take care of me. Yeah, I hear that, man. I hear that, certainly. There's nothing you can do to be a burden except be a burden. A burden is a burden. And if that's not you, that's not you. I do share that same thought. Part of my stress, overthinking came yesterday. It was related to my son too. Just really thinking about his future, thinking about the present. Thinking about where he is now. Thinking about how I thought a certain way when I started this 15-year journey and where I'm at now. I really felt like I had control. I really felt like that I can just do certain things and it'll be a certain way. And if I can give advice to any young man who hasn't had kids yet and a testimony to the other men who do have kids, the best thing you can do for your children, is pick a good partner. You haven't done it yet. I can't express the importance of picking a good partner. Somebody who believes in you. Somebody who looks up to you. Somebody who respects you and what you are about. That's the best thing you can do. And if you've already made those choices, which in my case is the case, I didn't have a Blaze to tell me how important it was to pick somebody as a good partner. When I say good partner, not good looking, not rich, not somebody who loves you for you. Whatever you are, whatever you do, you need the kind of partner that says, "Oh, I love her, man. That's my woman. She works at the DMV, but her clerical skills, the way she deals with the customers, the way she talks to people, the way they regard her on the job. I love that about her. I love that. She used those same administrative skills at home, the way she organized my mess, the way she helped organize me and my life, the way she handles me. I love that. I love that about her. You need a woman that says those same things. I love that my man decides he wants to create different sauces and he has such a passion for cooking. Is he rich? No, he's not rich, but he may be, but who cares about that? Anyway, he's very, very passionate and diligent about what he's into. I love that about him. He's so driven. Sundays, he's just chill. He just watches his football games right here at home. I love that about him. Now, when you get a woman who says those things about you and you have a child with her, there's a very high probability that kid is going to also respect and love those things about you and feel that much more comfortable wanting to be those things or feel comfortable expressing the similarities, especially if we're talking about a boy. A boy's first woman is his mother. That's the first woman that a boy wants or needs to impress as a woman. So make sure your son, the woman your son is impressed by is a woman that's impressed by you. Make sure she's impressed by you. Yeah, man. That has been a life lesson for me. Yeah, but back up to speed, back up to tempo. Today's show. Be yourself because everyone else is taken. Be yourself because everyone else is taken. How cool is that? Not only are you the best character in the game, not only are you the best actor in the film, but that was the only spot for you to have. How wonderful and beautiful is that? That you're not accidentally cool, you're purposefully cool. It was designed that way. It was designed that way. How many times have you guys ever thought about, man, I wish I would have came up with that. I wish I could run fast like this guy. I wish this, I wish that. And then those other things that you were like, whoa, there's something that came with that speed. I didn't want that part. There's something that comes, you know? It's okay. Those are healthy thoughts, you know, admiration for other people, other men. Those are healthy thoughts, but just remember that you are you for a reason. You are who you were supposed to be. Find the shine in that. Maya Angelou said, this is one of her quotes that I like, is be a rainbow. Try to be a rainbow to somebody else's cloud. You know what I mean? Everybody's not always at the same place at the same time. But if you could be a rainbow to somebody else's cloud, always take the opportunity to do so. Barry Beige, I like that. Barry says, be with someone who speaks highly of you in your absence. That is absolutely correct. That is how you get optimal relationships, optimal outcomes in your situations. That's how you get it. Be with someone who speaks highly of you in your absence. Ladies, if you're not speaking highly of the guy you chose, there's something wrong. Fellas, if you are not speaking highly of the woman that you chose, there's something wrong. We should all have that luxury. We should all be feeling good about the people we chose. We should. Otherwise, what are we doing? What are we doing? You know? Also remember, you know, you can't control anybody but yourself. So whether you make a wrong choice, whether you're in a partnership or a situation with somebody else, remember that it's never going to be 100% you. It's also never going to be 100% them either, but it's never going to be 100% you. That's a very, very valuable lesson that I am continuously learning today. Some ways of my son, some things that take place, some things I'm just like, what are you thinking, dude? You know, I would have never came up with that from that. I would have never, but that's me. It's not me. It's a variation of me mixed with somebody else. And if that somebody else isn't somebody that speaks highly of me in my absence, I'm in trouble. Or should I say that explains the turbulence that I'm dealing with. And although that turbulence is very uncomfortable, all I need for it to do is make sense. As uncool and as uncomfortable as it is, it makes sense. It makes sense. Barry says, if you're always speaking negatively about your partner, that means you make poor choices. Try telling that to the person who speaks negative. You know what that requires? Accountability. That requires accountability. And very, very few people deal with accountability. Very few people. You know, that's tough. That's tough, but it must be done. So here at the 5 a.m. Club, man, we practice accountability. We know the point and purpose of accountability. That's the reason we talk about the things we talk about, to prepare us so that we can be accountable for things that we're proud to be accountable for. We're going to be accountable for everything, but the better we do, the better we are. You know, Barry says it means that we settled or couldn't do better. Sometimes that's the case. Sometimes it's as simple as you said, poor decision. You know, in my case, it was a poor decision. In my case, it was lack of knowledge. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, I thought I had all the game in the world, all the blah, blah, blah. I had no idea the questions I should be asking with a mate, with a partner, with somebody. Yeah, I asked all the wrong questions. I paid attention to all of the wrong things. Ignored all of the red flags, and yeah, it'll come bite you in the ass. It's nothing like seeing. It's nothing like seeing a small version of you grow up to be somebody else. I'm not saying that my son is growing up to be nobody else. He is. He's growing up to be himself. But certain things I just knew that he would follow me in my footsteps. Certain things that I just knew that he would do that's similar to me. I was looking forward to walking my son through these schools. I was looking forward to these schools reaching out to give my son a scholarship. So, you know, I was looking forward to those things. But unfortunately for me, I had a son with a person who didn't care that I had a scholarship in school, who didn't care that I was 6'6" in the 10th grade, who didn't care that I was exceptional academically, who just didn't care. So if she didn't care about that, you most certainly can believe that that's not what she was speaking highly of in my absence. Right, Barry? Darylyn, good morning. Good morning, cousin. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Club. I appreciate your attendance. Yeah, this is it's an awesome place to be. It's funny how that's the only thing came to my mind. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Club. It's an awesome place to be. Easy said for me, but you know, everybody know you. I mean, you know, yeah, come. That's all I'll say. You know, you don't like it, it's the easiest thing to do. You know, yeah, but Maul, the master barber, good morning. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Club. Maul says you can see the red flags and choose to see why you're in that situation. If you don't understand your past, you're doomed to repeat them elsewhere in life. You are absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Yeah, so yeah, you got to see those red flags. And also remember that, you know, in the beginning, I talked about, you know, some of you young guys who haven't done it yet, made children, that is, you guys got a little game that set yourself up. and for the guys who've done it already. Now, just because we've done it already, just because we passed the red flags, just because we skipped over things that we should have paid attention to, doesn't mean it's over. You don't lay down and give up. There's an alternate route. Remember, there's first place, there's second place, there's third place. You know, so we missed the mark for first place. There's nothing we can do about it. That guy crossed the line already. It's been marked in the books. His time has been recorded. If the second place person made it through, guess what? There's no possibility of being second. That mark has been made in the book. That person has crossed the finish line. It is done. The next best number you possibly have is 3. So it's always about getting the best possible number for you. I wouldn't give a shit if it was 21st. As long as it's at least 22 people in it, you're all right. But chances are they're going to be a lot more. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's not over. Make the necessary adjustments and continue to move forward. Another one of my favorite sayings is the best way out is through. The best way out is through. So if you want to get out of something, if you want to get, it's not about going backwards, starting over. Some cases you can't get out. You can't start over. You got a baby already. You can't stuff him back in her and, you know, push her back to where she came from and pick another one. You know, you have to get through it. The best way out of it is to get through it. Leave markers along the way. Measure your movements. Pay attention. And get through it. Get through it. So, you know, we gotta stay focused. That's a good one too, Ma. There's a road well traveled, and then it's a road you pave on your own. You know, if the road that's well traveled is smooth and going the direction you want to go at the pace you like to go, and it's aligned with your thoughts and beliefs, beautiful. If for some reason or another it doesn't, pave your own road. Pave your own road. I'd like to take a minute right here to remind you guys to hit that like button. Make sure everybody hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, if you hear from another social media platform, if you hear from Facebook, if you hear from Instagram, if you hear from Twitter or Snapchat, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's Blaze the God. That's BLAZE, the God. As you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner, go ahead and tap that like button. It really helps out. It really pushes the algorithm around here. We really need it. Helps with what we're doing. Also, if you'd like to help out or contribute to the channel, what we're doing here, don't forget.
I take cash out, Venmo, Zelle, EBT, EBT. I take cash out, Venmo.
Yeah, thank you guys, man. Yeah, like I say, man, that like button used to be $10,000. It's free now, especially the 5 a.m. club members. So it costs you nothing, but it helps out a whole lot. Tap that like button. We finance our own self around here, and we do what we do for us. But yeah, we got to stay focused. This is the time to get control of our day. This is the time to get control of our mind. This is the time to get control of our thoughts, for they are ours. And it's the best tool we have. God delivered, we signed for it, and the world keeps turning. Use it. It's the best tool you have. It's the best tool you have. Use it. Don't worry about failure. You only have to be right once. It's a very big thing. It's very important. Don't worry about failure. You only have to be right once. It's all it takes. It's all it takes. You know, it's like we talked yesterday, my saying about asking, keep asking. All it takes is one yes. If you keep asking, all it takes is one yes. So this is very similar to that. Don't worry about failure. You only have to be right once. And when that happens, man, when that happens, it's going to be an awesome thing. It's going to be an awesome thing. And we're all about awesomeness here for our lives and people around us. We spend a lot of time thinking about failure. We spend a lot of time thinking about, and me, this is one of the fortunate things about me. I'm a number guy, and I learned very early how to accept and be okay with no's. Ask any successful person you know how often they hear no. We get used to it. We don't accept it. You hear me? We get used to it. That's it. We keep pushing. We keep pushing. We keep asking. Because we know at some point or another, we're going to hear this sound. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. You know, yeah, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. So we got to keep mashing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me put that up there, honey. See, let's get into that a little bit. Fear. Fear is very, very powerful. You have to overcome fear at all costs. And I think the best way to overcome something is to understand it. You know, I think fear is a neighbor of worry. Worry breeds and brings fear, and fear is crippling. We don't need it. We don't need it. And it's a lot easier said than done, but we have to avoid worry and fear altogether, you know, because it interferes with important parts of our thinking, important parts of our life, and we don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. We need power in a lot of areas. We need extra in a lot of areas, not in fear. We don't want to let fear, you know. So I think that understanding fear, knowing that it comes from worry is a little bit easier to deal with than fear, because we know fear comes from worry, right? We can work on things that worry us. And I think the only thing you should ever be worried about, if I gave all you guys a task, I should say, if I gave all you guys a task, the same task, gave all you guys the same amount of time to prepare for it, the only way or the only reason any of you guys should be worried about showing up here the next day is if you didn't actively put in work to carry out that task. If you didn't actively work to carry out that task, that may add worry to you. Then the worry will lead to fear. How am I going to look on the 5 a.m. club? What position am I going to come in? Are people still going to be appreciative of me? Are people still going to respect me? Should I not just show up today because I know I didn't do the work? Are you a person who doesn't do the work? Are you a person who doesn't try? Are you a person who don't time manage, who don't prioritize? Are you that person? If the answer is no to any of those questions, you should not allow worry to creep in. And if you can ward off worry, then you'll kick fear's ass. Fear doesn't stand a chance of entering your mind. So as long as you know that you are doing everything that you can do, you should not be worried about nothing. Because that's the only thing you can control. That's the only thing that you can do. You don't have to be the brightest. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the best. You just have to be. You just have to do it. Nothing beats a failure but a try. That's it. Nothing beats a failure but a try. So, you know, there are far more losers than there are winners ever. There are far more poor people than there are rich people. There are far more people who are ignorant than there's people who are knowledgeable. Always. So don't ever worry about that. You know, put your best foot forward. Know that you are giving everything it is that you have to give. And if you're not certain if you're giving it all, run it by some trusted friends, colleagues, and/or a professional. And if all the consensus says that you are doing everything that you can do, then God damn it, you're all right. Fuck worry. You know what I mean? Fuck fear. Play past it because it doesn't belong anywhere in your life. There's somebody else on the internet right now. I don't know who they are or what they're doing. But do you think I'm worried about them? Not at all. Do you think that I'm worried about some people that they have in their group? Not at all. You know why? Because I know that I am doing the work to be where I'm at. I'm doing the work. I'm not just showing up, and showing up is an action, but I'm doing the work. And it shows in my group. This is a real group right here. This is a real crew. I don't care about nobody else's group. I don't care what nobody else is following is like. I don't care who anybody. Most of those guys don't even have this. Most of those guys just got followers. This is a real club. That's why it's called the 5 a.m. club, not the 5 a.m. show, not the 5 a.m. This is the 5 a.m. club. We are a club. This is a family right here. And that's the reason that I run this the way that I run it, because that is my purpose. That is my purpose, to make this a club. So this is an extension of my mind, of my thoughts, of my beliefs. You guys are an extension of my thoughts, of my mind, of my beliefs. And all of our minds connect in a similar way, and that's what brings us together. That's what this is. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is for me, and this is purposeful. So I don't care if some other groups are richer than us. I don't care if some other groups are deeper than us. There's more of them than us. I don't give a shit if their studio is nicer than our studio. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm not worried. So because I'm not worried, I can't even imagine what I will possibly be fearful of with this other group and these other guys or these other people doing these other things. I could care less. Because this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm at. This is what excites me. This is the golden dream that I'm working on. And what else is there? The prescription on my glasses don't allow me to see some of these other shenanigans. Some of these situations that people are not even in my peripheral. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to fear, remember, it's a family member of worry, and we have to do things to cut down worry. And the best weapon for worry is action, preparation. And if you're active and you prepare for your activity, then there's no need to worry. You're doing the best that you can do. And that is what matters. If you can look yourself in the mirror, if you can see yourself and say, hey, I'm giving it all I got. That's all you need. That's all you need. Okay? So that leads me to another saying, and this saying is from Anne Frank. Anne Frank says, whoever is happy will make others happy too. And that includes yourself. If you are not happy, not only you can't make you happy, you're not happy. Not only that, but you can't make nobody else happy. Can't make anybody else happy without having or experiencing it yourself. And that's our job. That's what we want to bring to any group. That's what we want to bring to any club. That's what we want to bring to any relationship, any partnership. We want that to be one of the things we have to offer. Happiness. You want to be able to provide that, because that is worth all the church's money right there. I done had women that made more money than me, made less money than me, that made significant, that was in super positions. But as long as I was able to provide some of the most prominent things in life, and these things are free: happiness, support, love, companionship, that'll get you anything you need. Don't worry about not making enough money. Worry about being the best you. The money will come. Don't worry about having the best title. Worry about being the best you. The title will come, and if it doesn't, you'll create it. That's how it works. Be the best you, because that's all that you have to give. That's the best thing that you have to give or to contribute to someone or something else. Be a part of something bigger than yourself. It's the way it works. Contribute to prosperity. You must in turn prosper yourself. That's the way it works. For every minute that you are angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. Ralph Waldo Emerson. For every minute that you're angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. Think about that. Most of us is already looking for extra happiness, trying to maintain what we do have. We can't afford to lose an ounce of that. It's like chasing money, but you're dropping it along the way. If you're dropping it along the way, what are you really doing? What are you really doing? What are you really doing? Yeah, y'all do what Barry said. Tap that like button. Yeah, man. This game of life is tough. It doesn't come with a book. It doesn't come with a set of rules. It doesn't come with guidelines. It doesn't. But I believe that's purposeful. I don't think we need it. I think it's very easy. I think it's very natural. And man, not man as in gender, mankind, we complicate things. We overcomplicate things. We should do like Savory Dave says, lead with love, logic, and compassion. Have a good day, Savory Dave. We appreciate you. Love you as always. Honey C, I know you got to get to it, Barry Badge. It's pretty close to you to get to it too. We appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, man. Also, that's been this hour, the 5 a.m. Club. I really, really appreciate all the love and support that we're getting. And we're going to get better. It's going to get bigger. It is going to get bigger. Not us, not the group. I mean, that happens too, but I'm talking about the important things, life. Not that we aren't important. Of course we're important. But life is going to get bigger. It's going to get better if we stay focused and adapt these thoughts, these mindsets. We got to stay on top of it. We got to stay lifting ourselves up. We got to stay motivating ourselves and also others. We want the best optimal outcome in every situation, whatever the situation may be. We want the best possible outcomes. Best possible outcome, man. You know? Yeah, so everybody make sure y'all tap that like button on your way out of here, man. Make sure we get that up. And y'all know the story.
I take cash out. Venmo. Zelle. EBT. Ooh, EBT. I take cash out. Venmo.
Let's see. 4:59. Shit, looks like you're right on time for the 5 a.m. club. Come for the positivity. Stay for the game. Shout out, Blaze.
JD Jimerson, shout out to myself. You tapped into the 5 a.m. club. What up, Blaze?
Yeah, man. So that's been it, man. I appreciate y'all. If any of you guys want to do a drop, man, for the show, like Barry or JD did, please do, man. The more the merrier, especially especially my regular crew, so every day, Honey C, Divine Bebop, Wilt Stumlin. Any of you guys want to put something together, man, you're more than welcome to. Send it to my DM. I'll put it together. And we'll run it during the show, man. That's been this episode this morning. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Shout out to all of y'all. Peace.